Welcome back to the What's Cooking program from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. That is Paul Stern. Paul, you and I are big fans of Cakebread sellers.
Cakebread is one of the names, that kind of demands attention. It's one that comes to mind, of course, Napa Valley wines.
Great Napa Valley, and I always like, especially summertime, I love great Sauvignon Blanc. There's none, just the Sauvignon Blanc from Cakebread Sellers is great. But we're lucky enough to have Dennis Cakebread's on a tour here, and we grabbed him in studio. He's here live with us. Those of you on the webcam at crntalk.com, we should probably, did you pull that shot in? Look at you, Paul Stern. You're right on there. You can check out Dennis. And welcome to the show, Dennis Cakebread.
Michael Horn. Paul, thanks so much. It's fun to be here.
So what brings you around here now? Tell us first, Cakebread has been synonymous with great wines. What have you guys been doing consistently for years?
Well, the winery's 37 years old
37
now.
years.
And so, we've been working away. We started out making just Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, and Cabernet, and then over the years we've been adding some different things. And so,
what have you added?
Just recently we've added some Pinot Noir.
And I didn't know that. Yeah.
Syrah and some Merlot and some Zinfandel.
So very limited quantities, I would guess, of these, right?
Well, they're relatively small.
Yeah. So you have to. Do you sell them all over, or just at the winery, or can we get them at restaurants in some locations?
Fine retail, fine restaurants. Had some wine and cheese last night with Steve Wallace from Wally's, and so they carry it there.
So Wally's has got it in Southern California, and it's distributed nationally pretty much in all states?
Yeah, dribs and drabs. The other way, of course, the Fountain of Youth now is online, and so we have it on the website at very creatively named, innovatively named, wcakebread.com.
So it's wcakebread.
Well, www.cakebread.com.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so now tell me about this new wine, because you have the video you were showing me. I was looking at this, and there's clouds that are going over it. I'm thinking, what a great screensaver. And you said, that's not a screensaver. That's a video that people can see at your website, right?
Well, it's so we have this new wine. It's a new vineyard that we started working with back in 1998, and it's taken till now to finally come out with the wine. And so this is the 2006 vintage of the Dancing Bear Ranch. And so just drop-dead gorgeous 200-acre ranch up on Howell Mountain, and so we named it. It's a single vineyard wine, and I don't know. Here it is. And
so Howell Mountain, so people know, if you're looking at a map of Napa and you're driving up north on Highway 29, and then there's Highway 29, which is sort of on the west side of Napa Valley. Silverado Trail is on the east side, and they kind of meet up at the top. So as they start to meet, and you're going up the Silverado Trail, if you get up to the northern part of Napa Valley and then you make a right turn, you go up into Howell Mountain up there, and that's some great fruit for Bordeaux varietals like Cabernet, like Merlot, etc. So you've discovered this vineyard up there that's called Dancing Bear Vineyard?
Well, we didn't discover it. We bought the land and then planted it.
Oh, whoa.
And so it's...
So you nurtured this thing from the start then?
That's what's taken so long. It always amazes me when I tell everybody, well, this is a new wine, and I start telling them the story how we bought the land back in 1998. And they go, well, that doesn't seem all that new, Dennis. But this is the first vintage coming out, and so...
And you've held it back. Usually you can't use when you plant the grapes for like 3 years, so you've even held it back longer, because this is the 06 we're going to be tasting, right?
Right. So we started getting fruit in 2002, and then, of course, you need to let the vines get a little bit older, and we need to learn how to farm them, and need to learn how to make the wine, and so this is the first one that's kind of getting out into distribution.
This is great. So are you going to pour a little bit here for us so we can taste it and go through some good Cabernet Sauvignon? This is good for us to taste it.
Paul's over there shaking his head going,
no, I've been noticing that we've been allowing it to breathe rather substantially, so it's probably ready to go.
Dennis got here at the beginning of the show and everything. You want to do the honors? And because we're going to have you on this segment and another segment later in the show, too, so you can make us wait if you want. It's up to you, Dennis, whatever you think.
No, I'm good to go if you guys are. Oh, I see.
Dennis, how long has the Cakebread family been in the wine-making business?
We started in 1973. And
1973.
So, is this for the producer outside?
Wow, the producer got a really big sampling. Look at that.
Actually, that's my glass.
That's good. Okay, so now talk us through this. And Paul, you were asking a question, you said?
No, you said since 1973.
Yeah, the Cakebread sellers.
We started our first vintage. We made 157 cases of Chardonnay. So I don't know if I would call it a winery or a business. It was more like a bad hobby. that kind of got out of control. And so my parents, Jack and Doris, our founders, my brother Bruce and we call ourselves the 1.5 generation. So I maintain true second generation. Grows up at the country club, knows how to order fresh towels and lemonade. My kids know how to do that. But, Bruce and I have worked there from the start. Family businesses, you're not always paid.
Saw the leaner times.
Yeah, you're not always paid, but of course it's back then it was just fun. And so here we are 37 years later, and we're so lucky to have this beautiful...
Wasn't your dad into mechanical auto repair business?
The family business
was... Mr. Goodwrench for a long time?
Yeah, the family business was auto repair.
We're going to have more from Dennis Cakebread. It's a great story here. Stay with us. Coming up on CRN Digital Talk Radio, Michael Horn, Paul Stern. This wine is excellent.